Hey YouTube family, it's Dinko the Realtor, your Utah Realtor. Today I want to show you how many homes are lingering on the market 100 plus days. Before I do that, I want to show y'all this house here in Sandy. Check this out. On the 22nd of October, there was a price cut of $49,000 to drop the price to $550,000, and the house still hasn't sold. And I want to show y'all the price history because it actually is a much bigger price drop, and yet the house isn't selling. Before we look at the price history, I just want to show y'all that this is a good looking house. I mean, it's been updated. Take a look at it inside, right? It's got modern flooring. It looks like it might potentially have some laminate. It looks like granite, or that might be granite, stainless steel appliances, and even the bathroom has been updated. Yet, when we look at the price history, we're going to see just the troubling signs that the housing market is in. And this is what I was saying. If you're wanting to buy in 2023, waiting until the end of the year, November, when Thanksgiving comes around, as we're going into Christmas and New Year's, it's going to give you about a 7-week period where you're going to be able to get very good deals, and you're going to be able to negotiate because sellers are going to have issues like this selling their homes. Take a look at this house. It was listed at $660,000 on the 15th of September. By the 19th of September, so just 10 days in, they dropped it to 615, right? I mean, well, actually, it's actually 4 days. Within 4 days, they dropped it to 615,000. And then 6 days later, so within 10 days, they went from 660,000 to $599,000. And then a month later to $550,000. So essentially, this house, just with a little bit over 30 days, went from a $660,000 price point to $550,000, and it still hasn't sold. We're seeing this across the entire marketplace. New construction, existing homes, big price drops, and yet the houses are not selling because buyers have abandoned the housing market. And right now, it's really the best time to go buy a house in 2023 as Thanksgiving is approaching. Now, I want to show y'all what's going on with the housing market and how many homes are lingering on the market. So if we take a look at this, this is the actives. There is 9,449 active units. So this is single family homes, townhomes, and condos. However, when the MLSs here in Utah and nationwide, when they're analyzing the data, they only look at single family homes. So what I'm going to do is put single family homes here. And we see that that goes from 9,400 to 6,881. So we have 6,881 single family homes. Now, if we go and take a look at that, we see here that there is 69 pages of 100, so 6,900 almost. If we go halfway point, which would be 34 and a half, but I want to show y'all what's going on with the housing market before I show y'all how many are 100 plus days. So if we go in halfway, we see that more than half of the houses on the market are for sale over 50 days. So more than half of the houses active on the MLS right now are for sale over 50 days. That is not indicating that this housing market has fully rebounded, fully stabilized, and yet home values are actually going down. The next video that I'm going to put out, I'm going to show y'all where prices are. We saw a $10,000 price drop in the median home price just in October, and I'm going to give a forecast of where this could end up. And right now, why buying at the end of the summer or at the end of the winter here, the holiday season, golly, just all over the place here right now. At the end of the holiday season here is going to be the best time in 2023. However, if you're in the long-term game, you might want to wait until the economy stabilizes, because nothing has really stabilized in the economy, from the tech bubble, the housing bubble, the car bubble, the unemployment. The Fed isn't done yet with their fight against inflation. So nothing has yet stabilized. So you might have to wait an additional 6 to 12 months if you're really trying to time the market. And maybe the home prices go up a little, but maybe they go down a whole lot more, right? So that's kind of something you're going to have to figure out what you feel comfortable with. But if we take a look, what's 100 plus days? We go to page 50. And we see right here, we're at 100 days. So from page 50 to page 69, and let me pull up the Excel sheet here. There we go. So we see that we have 6,881 actives. And out of those, we see that 1,981 of them are on the market 100 plus days. So we have 1,981 single family homes on the market 100 plus days. And if we take the percentage of that, so let's see what the percentage is, right? And this right here is going to blow your socks off. 29%. So 29% of the single family homes for sale right now are on the market 100 plus days. That is almost 1 out of 3 homes. Now, if we take a look at the data down here, we see the under contracts. Well, take a look at the under contracts right here, and this was in 2022. Well, there was 4,865. Yet right now in 2023, we have only 3,953. So we have 912 less under contract. This is units. So this is looking at units as a total. There is 912 of them less under contract right now in November than last year. And we know that the market was in a lot of pain towards the end of last year. And I've been saying the numbers are mimicking that. It's lagging a little, but we are going to see that slowdown that we saw last year. And yet unemployment rate is still historically low, right? So this is where it's up to you. Do you want to jump in the market now, take advantage of the deal you can get now, or do you risk home prices potentially rebounding again in the spring, or do you want to see what happens if unemployment does go to 4.5% or 5.5% with the tech bubble, with the car loan bubble and all of that stuff? Once that settles, maybe home prices keep ticking down and maybe they keep dropping all the way into 2024. So maybe it's a additional 6 to 12 month wait for you, depending on what your goals are. I know everybody has kind of different things that they're looking to attain. And then right here, if we take a look at what the percentage is, if we divide that by the previous years, we see that it's a 19% drop in under contracts. So we have a 29%, so right here, let me highlight it, we have a 29% of the homes on the market right now are on the market 100 plus days. And then, if we look at the data and see, is that going to improve or is it potentially going to get a little worse as the holiday season is approaching here very, very shortly? We see that it's probably going to get worse because we have less under contract. There's 19% less, which equals out to 912 homes less. So that means these houses are probably going to be lingering, and maybe we're actually going to surpass the amount of homes that are on the market 100 plus days compared to a year ago. And again, this is all with a historically low unemployment rate. The Fed isn't done. We have a tech bubble. We didn't have an 08, 09 because of the dot-com bubble in 2000. And a lot of these startup companies, they took advantage of this free money that we had during, the last 15 years, really after the Great Recession, and especially during the pandemic. And majority of these startup companies are not profitable. Then you have the car industry, which has a bunch of cars that are underwater, and there's more repos going on right now considerably than, prior to the 08, 09 Great Recession. So none of this has really settled. The Fed isn't done with their fight against inflation. And of course, if you want to buy right now, you know who's going to get you the best deal. I've been negotiating. I've been dropping prices, even upwards of $200,000 in certain price points. I've been dropping homes $50,000 on some of the lower price points. I mean, I'm out there negotiating for people that want to buy. On the seller side, if you are looking to sell, I can also help you negotiate on that. Make sure that you're taking advantage of the market, give you the data so you can make that decision for yourself. And hey, my contact information is down below. Smash that like button, give me a thumbs up, and make sure that you subscribe so you watch the next video where I'm going to give a forecast and show what's going on with the home prices.